Don't you guys just love when a game decides to make a mechanic where, they lock behind a character's kit by some pay to win thing so that, only certain creators can get this certain, unlockable thing. But the character without that unlockable thing just happens to be a little controversial, you know what I'm saying? Don't you guys love when games do that? Well, that is exactly what our game decided to do, and it has caused a lot of drama because yeah, I'm just gonna say that. So we're gonna get into this video, and I've got a lot to talk about, and I've got things to clear up. So this is gonna be your compromise video. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one to edit for sure. But let's go. All right, so this all started with JP. So JP received their 2.5 anniversary, and as you saw in my worst ending reveal of all time video, I hated this reveal. It's extremely boring, but they also revealed the worst mechanic ever, in my opinion, as somebody who is a free-to-play myself, and most majority of the free-to-plays will have this same bias as me, that this is a terrible mechanic, and the characters with the terrible mechanic are gonna be characters that we don't like. That is just a fact. It's the thing that's just gonna happen. So this character drops, and immediately people like me, if you are somebody who's actually a spoiler of the game, will go to the JP creators and see what are they saying about this A0 YUJI. And one thing to note about this A0 YUJI, the one that does not have any of the kit unlocked, is that the way how he was being perceived was not good. Like, he was being seen as bad. I know for a fact, for instance, I'm going to use Geku here. He did make a showcase video on his A0, and he was extremely negative on that A0 YUJI. So a lot of casual players watch him. So of course the immediate perception of this unit is going to be he is terrible. Now, just to say, he wasn't as bad as these JP players thought, right? There's certain things that make him good, but I think a lot of the players were not using him as correctly as they should have, honestly. But that was besides the point. This blue YUJI was not up to par at A0 is what the consensus was. But at A3, he was a broken godly character because the kit that he got unlocked was simply just the best part. He black flashed more. But there is one thing to note, black flashing more, while that being cool and all, that doesn't make a character like super broken. So there was a little bit of a weird spot with that. And me, I kind of was a person that was on the side of this character is trash. Not so much because of his A0, but much because of the system that he introduced. So I will indeed say that. But yeah, as time went on, Global was starting to have this character come out. And I do want to say, just because, I'm just clarifying right now, just because, as we will get into the video later, this character isn't as bad as everyone says, doesn't mean he is not the lowest priority character out of the entire enemy units. Even people that have glazed this character and will say that this character is actually quite good at A0 will say he is still the lowest priority out of all the anniversary characters. This is simply just a fact, bro. I'm just want to put this out there for those who are going to watch this video and be like, oh, if this character is good, then we just summon on him. No, don't summon on him, okay? I'm just saying. But as we continue here, I'm trying to fully remember exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? So as time went on, this YUJI finally dropped for Global, and I will say I did get lucky on him. I was one of those people to get lucky on him. But one of the camps, okay, I feel like there's like two camps. I do need to explain this real quick as like a side note, but I feel like there is kind of two camps. Now there's the smaller one. The smaller one may seem bigger if you've joined any of the discords at all, but it is the sweat player base is what I'll name it. The sweat player base, they're mostly made up of pay-to-wins. There are some low spenders and free-to-plays that are in it, but just barely. But it's mostly made up of people that are ranked in the game. They do these fast clears. They're players like that, right? They are the sweat player base. You know what I'm saying? You mainly see them on Discord because they're actually trying in the game, and then there's the casuals who make up majority of the game. And you will not see them on like Discord and stuff like that. They'll watch the more casual videos. I'll see them pop up in my more casual / hating videos because why not? You know what I'm saying? But there are two sides. Now I happen to be someone that is very in both sides. Like a lot of my videos may come off as like, more casual type of videos because I'm a free to play at the end of the day. I can't be the best player in the world. And my editing style and all that is there to cater to those who, aren't here to watch the gameplay, but are here to enjoy the experience of the video while getting some decent takes, you know what I'm saying? And then there are the sweats. And as someone who's like, floor 80 myself and trying really hard, I'm also somehow in that camp as well. So I've been able to see both sides of the argument because both sides have been basically going crazy at it. And I am the person who's been leading the side that A0 Blue Yuji sucks. But I do want to say Ghost Story, most of you guys probably know who he is, but he was very much leading the side of this character is not nearly as bad at A0 as majority of the people think. Did a lot of testing. He actually helped me out trying to figure out why my Yuji was doing less than non-enemy because it was extremely annoying. Because even though I was really extremely negative on the outside, I was mainly doing that, because negativity low-key sells. But I also did have a kind of hate towards him, but I still wanted to give him a fair shot since I did get lucky on pulling him. And that fair shot, I tried, and he was not performing as well, so he did help me out with that. But there was two perceptions of this character. It was either you thought he was fantastic at A0, or you thought he was trash at A0. That's just how it went. And of course, there's just people supporting either side, so that was the main argument. Now, how much this helped this character? I feel like this whole argument kind of messed up people's perceptions of the character. Because if you thought he was trash, you were going to say he was trash, and you would shout this to the end of the earth, and then you wouldn't summon on him, of course. And then there's the other side that if you were listening to the other side of the camp, you would believe this character is fantastic. I mean, it's Blue's only true taijutsu DPS, so you would think this character is fantastic, which is something that it's kind of not avoidable, I will say, because if a side of the camp is glazing this character so much, but you don't have the context of why, you're going to assume that you want to summon on this character, which was not the point that people like Ghost were trying to make. The point was that this character still serves a purpose. This character is not like completely garbage as some of the JP players said, but this all spins back to JP. JP kind of messed us up here, bro, because the amount of arguments that I've had over simply how good this character at A0 is, just because of what JP and their like experience with this character was, is crazy. Because what else were you supposed to think, to be honest? Now, I know you having a character in your hands and thus watching how a character performs are two totally different things, but at the end of the day, good characters will show their worth. Good characters, it will be obvious that they are a good character off of showcases. No matter what people do, they will carry a team. Like Red Mahito, Green Yuji, stuff like that. They will carry their team no matter what. They'll show their worth. And with this Blue Yuji, I will say that maybe this entire reason why this controversy came up in the first place was because this character failed to show his true value. And the reason why that is because of Miguel. Miguel basically is the entirety of the reason why this character may have seemed so horrendous, right? Because without Miguel, this character is not performing nearly as crazy as he is at A0. Because there is such a difference. And let me clarify. When I'm saying difference, I don't mean turn clear difference. I mean just damage difference. You may clear in the same speed, but if I'm using Nanami and you're using Miguel, then you will see that with me, I'm getting even numbers. So Yuji's looking like a sub DPS because he's evening out with a Nanami, a blue Nanami. Meanwhile, if you're using Miguel, Yuji will be so over damaging the entire team that you're gonna think he is the most broken DPS. And I'm just gonna say that for a lot of the pay to wins that I have seen use this character, a majority of them were not using Miguel. And then sometimes I'd see a random little Miguel showcase, but a lot of them were choosing not to use Miguel. And this is because of the SP buffs that dropped out. Your SP Nanami and SP Miwa. The hype around them honestly feels more than the anniversary part one. I'm not gonna lie to you, because this anniversary, you cannot argue with me and say that this anniversary is more hype than any other anniversary, because it's not. It's very low hype. So honestly, the SP buffs did so much PR damage to this blue Yuji, because everybody wanted to use this blue Yuji with the new shiny SP buffs and kind of forgot that Miguel existed in the first place. So if you have Miguel, you have to use Miguel with blue Yuji. I feel like that's a given, but a lot of people just were not using that. And that is a very huge reason why this character has a bunch of controversy. The main reason why, I'm just gonna say, the main reason why he is probably the most controversial unit I've ever seen drop. I wasn't around when Zone G dropped, so there is that. I kind of came near the back end of that controversy, but the main reason why this feels like the most modern, like crazy drama, is because this character exposes the weaknesses in your blue box to an insane degree. Because for me, I'm using combo. It was never a problem with blue Yuta until I had to use this blue Yuji, right? Because now I'm seeing, I need blue Inamaki, I need blue Geto to make this character look even better, or else this character is just not going to perform well. Meanwhile, the other characters have self-sufficient buffs to where they don't really have those type of problems, right? So that is kind of what this blue Yuji is facing. If you're somebody that has a fairly weak blue box, you're gonna think this blue Yuji is not good. That's just how it's gonna go. But if you're someone who has Miguel, 0.2 is kind of a toss-up. I've seen some people try not to use 0.2 for showcases, but if you have like a Miguel, a 0.2, you're going to immediately just assume this blue Yuji is kind of just cracked out. You know, this blue Yuji's insane, because with him paired up with the proper limited supports, he's just going to perform better. He's just going to be the character that you want him to be. So that is probably the reason why the controversy is very, very confusing, and like all sides could be right. I'm saying could because some people may argue against that, but all sides could be right in their assumptions, because it really just depends on the box. And this matters more so for blue Yuji than other characters, because while other characters bring something to the table besides damage, this character does not bring something to the table besides damage. So that's just how it's gonna be. So yeah, that's my 2 cents, you know what I'm saying? 12-minute video. This is gonna be hard to edit, but hit that sub button if you enjoyed this little documentary style video that I put out, you know what I'm saying? I'll see you on the next one. Peace.